G'day guys, what's going on? You're here with Jono, back for another quick math lesson. Today we're going to be talking about how to multiply algebraic expressions to put them in their simplest form. This is way easier than the adding and subtracting that we did in the last video. So in that video we had to make sure we were looking for our like terms, making sure we were grouping them, and making sure the operation in front of them was properly accounted for. In multiplication, we don't have to do any of that, okay? There's only two steps. The first step is multiply the numbers like you normally would. If you can use your calculator, great. If not, it's a good opportunity to practice your times tables. Then we literally just jam all the letters together and count up any double ups, okay? If we count those up at the start, we're going to save a bit of time, but you're going to see that it's pretty cruisy. So in this example here, we've got 4AB multiplied by 6BC. Remember, if we've got two letters or two pronumerals right next to each other, that actually means that those two are times together already. So we could write this out long form as 4 times A times B times 6, but we're not going to do that. We're just going to do these two steps that we talked about just before and see how easy this is. So 4 times 6 is 24. That's my first step. Done. Then I've got to just jam all the letters together and account for any double ups. So I've got an A, I've got two B's and a C. This means that I've got B times B there in the middle, which just means I've got B squared. So the correct way to write this one is 24A B squared C. And that is my final answer. So if you are getting confused with these ones, just jam them together and see what happens from there. Another example here is when we've got a term that is just pronumerals, okay? So we said times the numbers together to start off, but this one doesn't have anything. If that's the case, you can just imagine that there's a 1 in front of that x squared. So this one becomes 7 times 1, which means we've got 7 out the front, and that's our first step completed. Then we've just got to count up how many x's and y's we've got. So we've got 1, 2, 3 x's. So we've got x to the power of 3, and then 1, 2 y's. So it's y to the power of 2. And that's our final answer. Finally, you can get ones with negative signs as well, but the steps still remain the same. If you multiply those first ones together, you're going to find this pretty easy. So we've got minus 4 times 7 is negative 28, times by 2 is negative 56. If you can't do it in your head, don't stress, just use your calculator. So we've got minus 56, then we've got to count up all the letters. So we've got 1p, 2p, so we've got p squared. Then all our q's, we've got 1q, 2, 3, 4 q's. So q to the power of 4, and then there's just the 1r at the end, so we're going to throw that in. That's all we've got to do. That's our final answer, and we have successfully simplified these algebraic expressions. Thanks very much guys, and I'll see you later. Thanks so much for watching guys. Congratulations on taking some time to get better at this algebra. I know it can be a little bit difficult sometimes. If you do need some extra work, remember there are some free worksheets linked in the description below, as well as the notes that came from this video, so you don't have to pause it and scribble them down. If you do get a second, please like and subscribe to the channel because there'll be new maths videos coming out every couple of days. Thanks so much, have a good one.